Do it. Hello there. I was waiting for it.
Oh, yeah, man.
I wasn't fast enough.
What is going on, everybody? We are live. I'm going to check that we're live. I think we are live. Can someone put in the chat just to confirm that we're live? Otherwise, we're just talking to ourselves.
I got the little YouTube notification.
Same.
Sabers gone live.
I've got the new YouTube notification. That dickhead is live. Good evening, everyone. How are we all?
Doing good, man.
Very well.
Good to hear. We're a couple bodies down this week. Jesse couldn't make it. He's busy, which is fine.
You're missed, Jesse.
Huh?
I said you're missed, Jesse.
He is missed, bitch. No, I mean, imagine missing the last fucking one. Like, he's been saying for weeks, the last one's going to be a banger. And then he's busy. Like, motherfucker. But it's all good. It's all good. We all have lives. It's allowed. Oh, chat's going off. Holy shit. Matt, what's going on? Sith Sabers.
You can always depend on Matt, sir. Always depend on him.
Absolutely, we can. Mark Hamilton. Tom, what's going on, dude? Joe the Bro. I like that. Joe the Bro. What's going on?
Joe the Bro, if I remember right, he was talking about buying his first lightsaber not that long ago.
I remember that.
Did you buy one, Joe the Bro? Did the Bro of Joe buy one?
What'd you get? We want to know.
Right now, before we get into it, I think we better start feeding the ducks.
Let's do it. My next live stream, I'm going to figure out how to get the Life Day Lo-Fi into it from StreamYard or something, or Spotify or something. You should catch that on Life Day. Star Wars posted an hour-long Life Day Lo-Fi. It's pretty chill.
It's chill as fuck, man. It was awesome. But I'm always around. I got it, guys. Got the model sub.
Model
nice.
sub.
Xeno. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Sorry, I missed sure to put this out post. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry I missed that stream too. I had no idea what was going on until.
Oh, it wasn't mine. It was his. I was joining his, and that guy is costing me so much money.
Oh, I did go it, man. I'm fucking broke right now. It's fucking ridiculous.
I didn't miss it. I was there.
Oh yeah, he was there. Thank you so much.
Congrats on 4K. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
dude.
Finally, right?
Hell yeah.
Finally. Me and Nerdad are like fighting for 700 or something like that.
I think
and you're like, I'm finally 4K.
I think I'm like 40 away, I think.
Hovering around like 3.9, 3.8 for like 2 months. I'm like, really? It went and then stopped.
It was that break just because of your graphics card. I bet you the graphics card never crashed. It would have happened a lot sooner.
Probably. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Look at these lads. Hello, Lulu.
Hi, Luis.
So Sabers. We talk a lot.
Just while I get to 100.
Oh,
The first 100 is the hardest. Like, the first 100 is the hardest. It really is.
And then 500 is the next hardest.
Yeah, but like once you get 100 though, like the algorithm starts working for you.
True.
Well, it starts working better for you. But once you get that first 100, then when you hit 1,000, for some reason the algorithm just starts like really working overtime. I did notice that. Asking for a beast.
I noticed your camera's a little slightly different angle today, and your saturation's pretty high. You got a different setup today?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not a new camera.
You got that nice little glow going on.
I know, I'm pregnant, right?
It's mine.
No, I brought my fucking camera down from the top here onto my tripod. I finally got a USB hub for my PC.
There you go.
So, like, I don't have a million cables hanging out the back of the fucking PC anymore. I've got this big fuck off hub down below, like on the fucking desk, with everything plugged into it. So now I've got extra length on this guy, and I can actually put it to where I want it on a tripod, and it's not like facing down the way and fucking shit. So I can actually have it like eye level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's looking a bit.
Eye level, so you can view your viewers in the eye. Just
hello. Yeah, absolutely. Asking for a baselit for Christmas for dueling. Me and my friends doing short films. You can duel with a NeoPixel, just don't go nuts.
I haven't broke one yet.
Ryan, what's going on, dude?
Ryan.
Me and the kiddo were dueling last night with our Saber Trio heavy grades.
Yeah.
There's something about dueling with a NeoPixel that's just extra cool. I don't know, man. It's you set the volume all the way up and you feel like you're in a movie, you know. It's just...
Put it on battle mode. And you're like, oh yeah. Yeah. I need to throw Louise a saber more often and be like, come on, let's do it. That sounded wrong. Anyway, Sith Saber on 440 subs now.
Damn, that's fast. Hell yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been to the Sith Sabers channel. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've seen the name on here a bunch of times.
Matt's at 38. Just keep doing it, man. Just keep going. Like one of the things is like you will discover your style like along the way. Don't concern yourself too much with quality and all that kind of stuff. Just get videos out because people will subscribe first and foremost for you and the personality that you have and that you put into your content over the quality. The quality generally comes later. You know?
Ryan, thanks, man.
But
you're right. You're 100% right about that, too.
Well, it generally does. You know? Chris's quality is already fucking way better than mine.
That's not true.
Chris's quality started pretty good, though.
No, it's fucking awesome, you know? I'm not saying he doesn't have a personality. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't at all. I'm terrible.
So no, you do. You've got an infectious personality, bro.
I'm like talking to a wall. I'm like talking to a wall.
I was telling, I forget who I was telling, but I was like, when you meet the people that Chris works with in Las Vegas.
Oh God, here we go.
Every time someone sees Chris, they just are happy. They're just instantly like happy to be around Chris.
I appreciate that, dude. I try to have a good attitude, you know? If I can make one person smile, regardless of the situation, then I'm doing something right. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Louise now wants a new saber. Fucking hell.
Wow, Sith Sabers, I'm so sorry. I thought I was subscribed to you this whole time.
What's the channel name? I can't find them.
I'm sending it to you right now. Wow, I cannot believe that.
Mark says, my caterer keeps threatening to sell my saber collection if I don't behave. I think she wants a new car. Yo! Dude, send me your address. I'll come and deal with that motherfucker. Joe the Brought 920, awesome. Louise, so glad I made a Star Wars page. I bet a lot of people are. Straight faces, boys, straight faces. Chris's quality is fantastic. Very under. I fucking agree. Completely agree.
My wife's been
you guys are
working
making me
out. My wife's been working out and stuff. She's losing weight, and I was like, "So, you're looking pretty good, babe. Maybe we could get you into like a Star Wars cosplay or something. Maybe get you a lightsaber and take some pictures." And because I had this pinup art that I wanted to put up, and it was it's a girl topless wearing a Boba Fett helmet riding a seismic charge.
Nice.
And it's this really cool pinup art. And I was like, "Babe, can I put this up in the garage?" She's like, "No." And then she came back 5 minutes later and she's like, "Well, unless it's a brunette, then maybe I'll be okay with it." And I was like, "Ooh, all right, let's get involved here." I said, "Go look up a photo of Darth Talon, and I'll dress you up like that and take some pictures."
Fucking awesome, man. Yeah, Mando's saying, "Send me that, Elvis." Yeah, cosplay. Next year's the cosplay for me. I'm just, well, in all honesty, guys, I'm trying to get out of debt just now. Some pretty serious fucking debt. So we'll leave.
Very relatable.
Oh, it's the last 6 weeks. I have not earned a wage for 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, like I've earned part of a wage with a job, but I've not earned a full wage for 2 months. So like things have been like fucking, squeaky bumhole time sometimes. Like fuck, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? But I start the new job next week, which is great. Selling a couple savers just to tide me over. That's cool, But like it's been fucking it's been heavy. It's been fucking heavy. So hopefully the next 4 weeks, 4 fucking weeks left. 4 fucking weeks left. Catch up on a couple bills, and then it's plain sailing from there. That's what I'm going to go with, and that's what I'm sticking with.
Have you thought about, I don't know, like saber porn or something? Like there might be someone willing to pay for it. I don't know.
Onlybros.com. I told you. Let's start it. No one listens.
Only bro DeLoreans.
I need to do cosplay. Anyway, Andor season finale, gentlemen.
We were getting too rowdy. Let's get to Star Wars.
That's a monetized stream. Need to be careful.
Great episode.
Fantastic, right? Like the way that
very emotional.
It was very emotional. But the way they've topped this season off, it was a banger and a hanger. Kind of not a hanger because we kind of know what's going on. Like we know Cassian doesn't die, like Luthen doesn't kill him. We know this. It's not a fucking spoiler alert, because fucking obviously and Rogue One. But like,
check your chat, dude.
Yeah, dude, check your chat.
Check my chat.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but
sorry. Oh, Matt, dude, you're too kind. Thank you so much, bro. Buy yourself a pizza on me. That's going to be one hell of a fucking pizza for $20, by the way. Dude, thank you so much. You're a fucking gent. Thank you, man. Oh, God. I have called it. Cassian was turned by the manifest. Yeah, he was. I'm ahead out, guys. It's getting late here in Florida. Joe, come on.
There, Joe.
Getting late in Florida? It's fucking late in the UK.
It's like almost 7:30 over there.
Louise is saying, thank God for her extra job. Yeah, right. It's been like first and foremost, was the episode as long as we thought it would be, or was it shorter? I thought it was a little bit shorter.
That's where I thought it should be.
Really?
Yeah, I thought so too. The one thing I hate is the credits are so damn long that when you first start the episode, it says an hour. But in reality, the credits are like 15 minutes long, so you're looking at a 45-minute show. But I mean, I think they did it pretty well.
Yeah, Sid Sabers, man, the drums and the anvil. Oh my gosh,
it was great.
It was really good, and I love the instruments and how they Star Wars them up by attaching props and stuff onto it. Almost look like lightsaber emitters coming off of flutes and clarinets and stuff.
Yeah,
but it was cool. Just everything about it was cool.
The whole tone of that episode, like in those scenes as well, it was very like eerie, when like we just started kind of like playing instruments, like they were kind of tuning them up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like from all over the fucking 2 seconds, guys. I think my dog just killed a cat.
Oh.
I heard the bark and I was like,
I heard the bark too. But yeah, I think they were only allowed to have something like 40 participants for the permit for that funeral or something like that. So all of the people just all of a sudden marching together and playing the music they were like, screw your permit. This is our tradition. This is how we do. Which was cool. You definitely get a sense of community out of that town. Like everyone,
They had each other's back. You know what I mean? During while she was alive and she was very, very sick until the day she died, and to the day of their funeral, they were still there for her. You know, she was like what, an ex-president or something like that, right?
Ex-president of the Daughters of whatever the name of the planet is, I think.
But it's just like that just means that people respected her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's an important thing, was people respected her. And this episode really, really showed that the respect that they had for her. So their permit that they were supposed to have, they said, screw that. Like, we have enough respect for her that we're all coming.
Sorry, guys. Someone got too close to someone else's football, and someone threw a hissy fit.
I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing.
Like,
Look, at least the dog's standing up to her now.
Yeah, exactly.
Daughters of Ferrex. There we go. That's what it was.
That whole scene, like, and everyone kind of coming together from like opposite sides of town into the main kind of square or whatever it is. Like, holy shit. You know, like, it was very emotional. It was very somber. It was very, very, very powerful. Just like I caught the tail end of Chris there saying, screw the quota. You know, we're all going to this.
Then you had B2 leading the way with what's his name holding the brick,
and we get the hologram as well.
Dude, that speech that she had in the very beginning, it sounded like it was like her own obituary, but then they did a whole like 180 the other way, where it was basically saying screw the Empire. Yeah, she's like, it just, I don't know, man. Something about the last few episodes, there were serious speeches that happened. Like, ooh, that one hit right here. I felt that one.
Yeah, it was another moment.
Real talk, I was ready to throw down when B2 emo got knocked over.
Yeah, when the local sergeant or whatever kicked him over, I was ready to jump off my chair. I was like, what's going on?
The episode was exactly how it needed to be and should have been to lead us into season 2. I would completely agree with that. You know, like, I didn't feel that we would see like loads at the end of this one. Like, you kind of got the feeling that we would see Bix and maybe Bix's rescue and whatnot, which we did get. But I love how Cassian used the kind of home field advantage and the knowledge of his surrounding area to completely like fuck up the Empire. Like, they had no idea where he was, and they're all like running around looking for him and shit, and like he's always 2 steps ahead. And I loved that. It was like it was a game of cat and mouse, but for me there was never a feeling of, oh, he's about to get caught here.
Yeah.
I always felt like he was like a little bit arrogant with that.
Even when he's got death troopers chasing after him.
True that. There's only 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 that were Deidre.
And can we all agree that, fucking Cyril and Deidre, that scene was rather fucking suspect of the way that she was fucking breathing, right?
Bro, the whole time I was like, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss.
I don't know. We only seen it from like the top, like up the way. We didn't see what was going underneath, I'm pretty sure.
Hand check.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure after she walked away, he was like fuck.
Oh my.
Oh. When you go back and watch that scene, you see exactly what I fucking mean.
No, literally. If they would have kissed, I would have hated that episode just because of that.
If they'd kissed, they'd fucking smashed my TV.
Move the camera.
They're awkward. But they're awkward in a beautiful way.
She was like really awkward as well, though. Like, it wasn't just him; it was her. She was like extremely awkward.
Well, she was full on panic. She was feeling the fear. Like she had gotten knocked down. Was she actually even shot? It's like something got shot off of her. I forget, but she got knocked down.
She was basically getting trampled.
Yeah, like she was in fear for her life. She lost control, and she's used to being in control. She's used to being, that authority. And now she was like, "Thank you for saving me. I love you."
Pretty much. Deidre was toast. I thought she was going to nibble and not kiss him, and then Cyril was fingering a different kind of instrument. That was a bit cringeworthy. It was a bit cringeworthy, to be honest. The post-credit scene.
Oh, man.
Everyone missed this. I've been online like, what do you mean a post-credit? There's a fucking post-credit scene.
I mean, other than the Death Star, was there more to it?
No, that was it.
No, just
but
that. Just that.
Shows you that we're going to be getting the Death Star.
I would have been fine without the post-credit scene. I like the post-credit scene. Don't get me wrong. I already assumed those parts were for the Death Star. Like I already just assumed that. I didn't need to see it. It was already that way in my mind in the story. So I was just like, okay, confirmation.
Yeah, but I think we're using that as a teaser as to what's to come in the next season. Like we're going to see the transition now from season 2 into Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rebel cells evolving, learning about the Death Star, and then obviously, hatching a plan to stop it, which is obviously what Rogue One's about, but they obviously have a backstory of leading up to that before Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing for me is obviously we know that Mon Mothma's fucking concierge, her fucking driver, was ISB. We knew that. Anyway, that wasn't exactly a fucking secret. But we learned that they're keeping an eye on her accounts. And they've realised that there's a lot of irregularities with her accounts, with her banking. And the husband...
It was clever for her to drop the hint about the gambling so that the driver could overhear that.
Well, she knew. That's what I was just coming to. She fucking knew. She fucking...
If anything, I feel like we got a little gypped on Mon Mothma in this episode, but there wasn't a lot more for her to do yet. Like we only got her in like 2 scenes. The scene talking to the husband, and then the scene, giving the daughter to what's his face. But I mean, everyone was trying to escape their different situations, and she escaped hers by, giving up the daughter and by coming up with this story about gambling, just so that, people would see these transactions and think, oh, that's why she's marrying her daughter off to fix her husband's gambling problems.
Yeah, just to pay off that loan.
That's a good point, from Mark. So it's going to take 5 years to install the disc section. That's a good point.
Well, here's the thing, too, is the Death Star is powered by kyber crystals.
Yeah.
So is that an episode we're going to get in season 2? Because remember, it wasn't ready until Rogue One.
But, okay, so we also don't know how many days he was in prison. It showed at one point how many shifts he had left, but that's shifts. We don't know days or anything, right? So who knows how much time has passed from the beginning of the show to the season finale? What if 2 years has gone by? So we're actually a lot closer to Rogue One already than we know.
Because his initial sentence was 5 years, wasn't it?
6, I think.
Yeah, because he said, 6 years for this?
Yeah, I think she said it would normally be 6 months for this. Pity. 6 years, next.
Yeah. That is a good point. We don't actually know how much time has gone past. I don't think it's much, though.
Yeah, I did totally think the same thing. I was like, don't we see the dish being put in Rogue One? Like, so it's just been sitting there for 5 years.
Unless that was a bit of a flash forward and season 2 starts off like maybe a couple years in the future.
Well, we also don't know how many people escape from prison.
Yeah.
So from what we saw in the prison, it was like a big triangle, right? But when he first got there to the planet, there were multiples of those triangles. So was it just his section that escaped? Or were those other triangles still working? They don't even know what's going on. There's still people still imprisoned.
Yeah, I mean, it could. Who knows? I think there's a line in A New Hope, something with Vader in it, but they were talking about setbacks with the construction of the. Is it A New Hope?
Oh, I think it was.
Something about getting on schedule or something. Maybe it was director Krennic in Rogue One. I don't remember.
Yeah, when he first came in, he said something about. I gotta rewatch it, but I remember something about that.
But it kind of plays into that, like even your slave prison labor force that's overthrowing the prison, and the prisoners are getting out and stuff like that. So I mean, it's causing a delay with the Death Star, and now there's a line that makes more sense later.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I was just having a little look at the saber armor there.
Spy
Shopping.
OWK1s are fucking teasing me, man. I'm wondering what I can sell and how fast I can fucking sell it, because that's like one of my fucking unicorn sabers.
Dude, it took me forever to sell my Mando helmet, my Black Series one.
Oh really?
Yeah, it took
They're selling
almost
the
a month.
one.
Forever? You had it like 3 weeks ago, and now you don't. So
No. Well, because I have. I mean, you would think, and I actually dropped at a really good price, and luckily I found somebody local, and so I was just here, just take it, cheap price. So
how much sell for?
$80.
I would have bought it.
Yeah, see.
I'm just kidding. I would make one.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
true.
Actually, it's not a bad helmet for $80.
Yeah, but I don't know. If I feel like just adding the Death Star at the very end, I don't think that's time passed by. I think it's currently going up right now because no one knew about it. Just like, no one knew there was a project going on from the Empire. But that officially gives us our bridge between this and Rogue One. Like, okay, yeah, now it's really, really a 12 episode or 2 season prequel to the actual movie. That confirmation's there. Obviously, we know that's the route it's going, but now we have confirmation that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was one thing I was really frustrated about this show was I'd watch it. I'm like, that was really boring. and then the third episode or fourth, something happened, so it kind of got my interest again. And then next 3 episodes, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Nothing's happening. And then it pulls me back in. And this episode was actually really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm like, all right, let's see what happens season 2. And then we get the post-credit scene. I'm like, okay. Now you have me invested again.
I understand this show isn't for everyone. I've really enjoyed it. But you kind of have to be into the little nuances and all the metaphors and all the stuff that's happening in between the lines of dialogue. But yeah, I totally get that this show is not for everyone. It's kind of slower, it's I don't know. I think it will be a lot more action in the next season. I mean, it's going to have to be, right? It can't all be cloak and dagger and in the shadows, because I mean, now there's actually going to be a rebellion, organized rebellion. So I mean, it has to be more.
Well, what we need to remember is it's a small part of a larger story.
Yeah.
And I think season 2, there's going to be some really interesting things kind of going on with the likes of the coming together of these rebel cells. Could we see potentially, because by the time that this drops, we'll have already had Mando season 3. We'll have already had Ahsoka, because they just went into production like
October.
Monday?
It was like late October. No, pre-production was October. Filming was November.
Yeah, filming was like last week. They started filming last week for season 2.
We're in November now, December, January, February, March, April. That's 5 months till Celebration, so we'll probably get a trailer Celebration. Whether it's a teaser or a trailer.
Yeah, we'll get a trailer Celebration time, and we'll probably end up getting something maybe early 24. You know, which is like what, a year and a bit, 18 months, less than 18 months. So, yeah, we could potentially maybe see other kind of rebel characters like, you know, Hera and potentially Sabine and these types of characters that we know, which would be great. It would be absolutely fantastic to kind of write them in and have, because we've seen Chopper, obviously, he was there in Rogue One. We've seen him, so that would be fantastic to see some more of those characters. We don't know how much we're going to get, obviously, in the likes of the Ahsoka series. I'd imagine quite a lot because they're kind of main characters, but it would be fantastic to get a bit more of that kind of side of the Rebels season 2. And you know what? Maybe a young Ezra Bridger. I'd be completely fine with that.
Well, it's nice because we're getting a moment right now with Andor from the very, very beginning of the rebellion, how they started. And then in Ahsoka, we're going to get after. Does that make sense? We have 2 separate time jumps, but 2 different stories.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, which is something that's never been explored.
Just bought a new holographics and ESB Vader. Ryan did it for me. Oh, nice. ESB Vader's my favourite Vader, apart from DB3.
DB3.
Will there be a time jump before season 2? It was originally supposed to be a 5-season show. They cut it down because they wanted them. Yeah,
I'm sure there will be.
I don't know.
If not multiple.
This is only 5 years prior to A New Hope, and Cassian is now aware that everybody's out there to kill him, including Luthen, because he even asked him. He says, "You were there to kill me."
Yeah.
You know, so I think season or episode 1 of that, it's going to have to be that conversation. And if there is a time jump,
he's
1
not
year,
stupid,
2.
He's not stupid at all. He knows exactly. He's seen Luthen and he was like, "Oh, why is he here? He must be here to kill me." And
Luthen's been one of my favorite characters, but I don't know. He didn't really do anything in this episode.
Well, here's something. Because you sent me a video earlier on, Elvis, and I was rather invested in it. Is Luthen secretly a Jedi? We touched on it last week.
Yeah.
However, seeing that video has made me think. Like,
there's a lot of red flags that would make sense. What am I trying to say? If he was a Jedi, there's lots of backstory that all makes perfect sense, and it would work.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want him to be.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because like this show has worked so well without having that Jedi Sith Force lightsaber kind of thing. Yes, it was slower, but it had to be. Again, it's part of a bigger story. And it wasn't that type of show. It was a more political show. It was a strategic show. It was a show about, you know, how the beginning of the Rebel Alliance, you know, came to be, and the players that were involved in that, and the major things that happened to this character that we know from one of the most popular movies that's been released in the last fucking 10 years nearly. You know? Because, I mean, The Force Awakens was nearly 10 years ago.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 7, nearly 8 years ago. It's nearly 10 years since The Force Awakens came out, right? So, in the last 10 years, Star Wars content, I would say it's probably... In fact, I'm going to be... You know what? I'm going to be completely fucking controversial here, hot take, and say Rogue One was the best movie they've done in the last 8 years.
You're comparing Rogue One to the sequels? That's not a hot take. That's just correct.
Yes, Rogue One beats all 3.
Because The Force Awakens was fucking a banger. It was great, you know. But like,
and then,
yeah. But like, that's the thing. Like, people jump on people for saying, "Oh no, but you can't say that because it wasn't." It doesn't matter.
Even when Mon Mothma said "Canto Bite," I was just like, "Oh, last Jedi!" Oh, like, ugh.
with a canto bite. That's them just trying to fucking, help the sequels out by introducing some familiarity. And it's like, no, not for me.
Matt, I just sent you the link to the Screen Crush video about Luthen being a Jedi. So there's a novel or something that talks about a Jedi council member who was assigned to protect, for lack of a better word, holocrons, and the person's name is like the same letters as Luthen or something weird, like something very, very similar, and it was like it just made too much sense, like hiding in plain sight, like he could just, because he was an antiques dealer.
Yeah.
And then there were holocrons in his back room. Like, there's too many things that had
artifacts.
Yeah.
A lot of Jedi.
The story is about a guy who is an expert in Jedi artifacts and has to protect the holocrons. And he also had an antique store. And I'm like, it's the same person. Like, it's too perfect of a match.
Or what if they've just lifted that from there and he's not a Jedi?
Can you really turn yourself off from the Force that much? Where, like last week, Tim was saying, was Luthen targeting the TIEs and flying the ship? Because he's obviously a Jedi then. Like, if he could do all that. And I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, does he really have a zero connection with the Force if he was a Jedi? Can you ever really be that disconnected? I don't know.
Good question.
That's a good question.
All I know is everyone's dying next season. Damn near everybody. Because there's no...
Yeah, they either die next season or they make it to the movie.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But it's just like you have all new characters, and the only character from this show.
Well, Mothma makes it. We know that.
Yeah. So it's just Mothma and Cassian. Something happens.
Well, something's got to happen.
And K2SO. We're just waiting for him. Man, when I saw what the droid fall over, I was like, oh, they're going to take his personality chip. It's going to happen right here.
You're still stuck on that.
I'm telling you, I'm stuck on this. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen right now, right here, right now. Come on, do it. Damn it.
I mean, they would have had Alan Tudyk do the voice the whole time then, right? I don't know.
It's just a personality chip. I don't know. They sound so damn familiar. Like, so similar. It's going to happen. Just wait. You'll see.
So we didn't get K2SO, which I admit I would have liked to have had any type of Easter egg for K2SO in this last episode, just anything, because Alan Tudyk was in the credits. So, I mean, did the droid talk on the beach when he's like, I'm a tourist? Like, was that Alan Tudyk's voice there?
No, it was a whole different voice. It was like their imperial voice that they have.
So that's the strange thing. He's credited. Maybe he must have done something if he's credited.
He played the stormtrooper or the sand trooper, whatever that was approaching Cassian.
No, that was Starkiller.
No, that's St. Merrick.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it too.
He was, I forgot, but I remember I was reading about who
Witwer.
Sam Witwer. Yeah. I'm looking at his signature right here, and I'm like, Sam.
Cal Kestis, I have to admit, I did do a double take once. I was like, is that Cal Kestis? That would have been fire.
It would have been fire. However, too early for that. I think that's going to come in that's going to come like when we least expect it, and we're getting more information now about the new game. Apparently, we're going to have more info on December 8th. So here.
Do you remember episode 5 of Book of Boba? And we're all like, we're going to get Mando. Are we going to get Mando though? And then in like the first second, it was his theme song and he pulled the plastic and there he was. And I'm like, oh, I guess we're getting Mando. That's what season 2, episode 1 is going to be like. It's just going to be Cal Kestis there in the first second. And just It's just going to Cal Kestis series.
I remember Jesse turning around and saying, like, oh, that was Mando's theme tune at the end. And I'm like, oh, really, was it? And he was completely convinced we're getting Mando. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you called it. I hate that everyone in Rogue One dies because they weren't in the original trilogy, so it's a big fucking rebellion. They could be off to another shit. Well, I think we know it's a big rebellion. There's so many cells to the rebellion.
if they don't die at the end of Rogue One, is it still that good of a movie?
No.
If you notice, I noticed one thing is when somebody dies, it causes a chain reaction that causes the rebellion to be stronger than it was the day before. If that makes sense. So, excuse me. So, for instance, Marva dies, right? It's one person, gives her a speech. The entire town, village, what do you want to call it, all came together to fight. Okay. Now, Cassian and Jyn die. Those two die after the Death Star hits that planet. I forgot the planet. And that's when the entire rebellion shows up at the very, you know what I'm saying? So you notice that when one or two people die or a few people die, it causes a chain reaction to where the rebellion gets stronger because more people are more, what's that we're looking for? Motivated. If that makes sense. It's kind of like the idea if these two people can do it, we can all do it together. So I've noticed that that's kind of a chain reaction that's been going on.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense for them to die for the rebellion to get stronger. Which would be the same thing happens in season 2 when everybody dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Which is unfortunate to say someone has to die and for everyone to open their eyes, but that's kind of what's been happening.
Well, I think the mum gave some pretty good fucking motivation. You know,
shit, that made me want to fight somebody.
I know, right?
I was like, fuck the Empire, dude. I thought the same thing. And that was one thing about the series that was so good is it did have the right actors and actresses for the show. Dialogue was right. That was one thing we said, that the show has an all-star cast. I mean, we got a Skarsgård in the 12-episode show. That's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's next now? Season 2?
Yeah, they had a lot of really good acting. Like they had to. And there's quite a few scenes where they have to say something without using any words. Quite a few scenes like that throughout the series, and all the acting's been like you don't notice the acting. That's how I can tell that it's good.
Like, I thought.
Like that look that Cyril and Deidre gave to each other. I mean, that's good acting.
Right before they were about to make out? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're like, I need you to say, I want to F you with your eyes. Go.
It wasn't the eyes she was getting F with, man. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, man. That camera pans down. Knuckle
crap.
deep, bro. Knuckle deep.
Damn.
I'm just saying, dude. That's what I took away from that scene. I was like, she's milking him. Maybe he's milking her. I don't know. But something was getting milked.
I'm pretty sure the Scottish shit-talking sergeant was down there too, somewhere, just off camera.
He was peeking through the window.
Aye, he was the peeping Tom. Like, he annoyed me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, his character really annoyed me. He was just such a brown noser, man. He was like, "Oh yes, Cyril. Okay, Cyril. Let's go and do this then, Cyril. Can I wipe your bum for you, Cyril?" Like, he was just so fucking annoying. You know?
I forgot. I compared him to another character from another show.
That Scottish accent, so annoying. I mean, I love you, Sam.
Yeah, sure you do. Deep down. No, it's like, but that's the thing. Like when you get a Scottish person in a fucking movie, the accent always just sounds like, I'm like, it don't sound like that. Do we? And then, like...
I'm originally from Minnesota, so when people try to do a Minnesotan accent, no one sounds like
sure,
that.
yeah, there, bud.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, you betcha, hoser. It's fucking funny, though, right? Because, like, the guy that was in Force Awakens done the fucking Han Solo, you're a dead man. I'm like, really? They got him for that line? Okay. Like, I don't know. The only time a Scottish accent's acceptable in a movie is if it's train spotting, and that's it.
That guy reminded me of Fat Bastard.
Just
his face. Just his face. Just his face.
Turtle head poking out.
Back ribs. Like, it's funny because he used to be in a sitcom over here like 20 years ago, and he has put on a long weight. Holy hell.
Fat Bastard.
I'm dead sexy. Look at my sexy body.
Yorkshire accent here, get called Jon Snow. Winter's coming. So was Deidre.
Holy crap.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just so everyone knows, when we're backstage, this conversation that's going on right now is 10 times worse.
It's terrible, right? The casting has been phenomenal. The dialogue and monologues have been fantastic. Every speech, every major speech has been gripping, dramatic, emotional, provocative. It's just been fucking nuts. You know, I really fucking enjoyed this whole series.
Let's talk about where everybody ended up. So Vel and Cinta? I don't remember her name. Is it Cinta, her girlfriend?
The brown chick and the blonde?
Yeah. I think it's Cinta and Vel.
They were packing up and hightailing out of there.
Together?
Yeah.
Because Vel was very much pissed off that Cinta was just like all business. You know, like Vel seemed as if she was like, hello, your girlfriend's here, you're not giving me any attention. Like, you know, and Cinta's just like, all right, we're gonna do this, we need to kill this person, we need to do this, like just very, very much like Luthen, really.
How about how the way she offed the other Scottish dude, the commander guy?
Yeah, the spy.
Oh, when she stabbed him?
Oh, but she didn't just stab him. She put that thing in and she fucking rolled it up, twisted it. And like, oh, shit.
And then she went. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I just had to, Sam.
And that's how Blade was created. Marvel Universe now.
She was ruthless. And she probably killed all those people back on the other planet. The one with the thing in the sky. Remember she had everyone in that room when everyone was escaping?
Yeah. She may have.
Probably to kill all them too.
Well, because she has a real hatred for stormtroopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers killed her family or something.
I mean, I think it's just whenever she has anyone in her sights who's Imperial, whether they're stormtroopers or not, she's 100% down to kill them. Yeah. I mean, what was it? She was like, her girlfriend was just like, "You're bleeding." She goes, "It's not mine." But you see how she said it so nonchalant. She was like, "Yeah, it wasn't mine."
Yeah.
So I think she's.
But where did their story end? Was it a happy ending or was it?
I don't remember them actually showing them together leaving because they were in.
I remember they were packing, and she said, "What about that closet?" And the closet was empty already. Like Cinta was already ready to pack and like ready to go.
Well, I'd imagine that they meet up with Luthen, season 2.
I don't know
because that's who essentially who she was working for.
When Luthen gets back to his ship and Andor's on the ship, Vel and Cinta aren't there, right?
Did they take off? No, they didn't take off yet, right? They were still in the ship. So they could be heading towards the ship because they didn't take off yet. I don't remember them taking off.
No, they took off. They were starting that cycle of taking off. At the end?
Maybe they're in the closet of the ship staring at each other before it took off.
Maybe.
Pretty sure they're out of the closet. Bad joke. I don't remember where we ended with Luthen and Cassian. What was the last thing they said to each other?
He said that you were there to kill me.
Yeah.
And then
he basically told Luthen to go ahead and kill him. Mm-hmm. So they're on Luthen's ship, and Luthen has the fucking blaster in his hand, and they're just kind of like, locked in intense stare off. And then Cassian just kind of looks down, and then that was it.
I thought he did something with his gun, like he held it up or turned it around or like was offering it to him or something.
I didn't see that part.
Huh, I gotta go watch that scene again. I don't even know where the main character ended up. I'm terrible at this. What are we led to believe Cassian and Luthen are doing, right after the episode?
It.
I think Luthen has a change of heart, doesn't want to kill him, and instead...
Well, Cassian was going to him to be like, hey, you were right the whole time. You need as many heroes as you can get. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point for Luthen killing Cassian was so he doesn't spill the beans. Because everyone there was pretty much trying to kill him. Well, except for the Empire, they want him alive. But everyone was after him for something.
I think after seeing what the Empire has done on the day of his mother's fucking funeral, has only fueled his hatred of the Empire. And he would be like completely down for like, you know what? I'm going to join the Rebel Alliance or the Rebellion, and I'm going to be one of the fucking main guys, and I'm going to fuck things up, because he's so intelligent. Like, he's the kind of person that you would want in a rebel cell. Isaac, what's going on, buddy? Adrian, shit, I'm so late. It's all good. We were late too. I was hoping for Saw to mention being trained by Anakin and Ahsoka. Nah, I don't think we're going to get that.
I mean, we've only had Saw, 2 episodes? 3 maybe? 2.5?
2.5.
Yeah. And it's crazy because you have Forrest Whitaker in this show, and he's not getting any screen time. So is he going to be an important character in season 2?
I sincerely hope so.
Or are we going to get some, I don't want to say like flashback or backstory between him and Jin's dad, because they knew each other.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know actually. No, he needs to be around. He needs to be around a bit more in season 2, because season 2 needs to, season 1, we've introduced all the characters, all the players in the game. We have learned a little bit more about Cassian. Season 2 needs to be more familiar in terms of it needs to kind of follow that Rogue One route where it is mission, fuck up, mission, fuck up. Something happens, mission. It really needs to come in with a bang, and the intensity for season 2 needs to stay high. Because we know where it's going. We know where it leads to Rogue One.
Yeah. If you look at what Sith Saber says, he said, I think we'll see him get damaged in season 2. Because remember, his health was deteriorating in Rogue One.
Oh, yeah. He had like a breather and stuff in Rogue One, right?
And then when we talked about this a few weeks ago was there was no mention of anything of Cassian actually seeing Saw Gerrera in Rogue One.
Correct.
So do they actually know each other because that part was irrelevant, or is this going to be where they're not even going to be around each other in season 2 because they don't even know each other?
Seth, I guess I see your comment, dude, but I can't put it up.
Wait, whose?
Sith Saber's last
comment. Seth Saber's.
Oh, here, I'll say it for you. He said, that's what he said.
No, I don't think Cassian and Saw will meet, but I do think Luthen is going to have a hand in pulling the strings of several rebel cells as they develop in season 2. And I think the likes of Saw Gerrera and his fucking guerrilla warfare type clan will be the ones that are sent to do the fucking insane missions. There's going to be something with them there. There has to be.
Well, Luthen has the most of the fleet that ends up becoming the X-wings, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to get more Luthen. I mean,
and we've seen actually.
why did we even get not Luthen, the Saw? What did we even get out of Saw this season?
Nothing.
A little bit of background in that was nothing much. Did you see the black X-wings he had though? They look cool.
Oh, those are sick. Yeah.
They look pretty fucking cool.
But it's like, did we get a little bit of backstory, like a tiny bit? But other than that, he was irrelevant in the show.
He really was.
It was really, honestly, I think he was there. If he doesn't make an impact in season 2, other than the fact that we see him get messed up because he was on the breather in Rogue One, the only reason why to throw him in there was the fact that he's in Rogue One. There's no real, but I'm hoping he has more of a role in season 2 because, again, we do need to see him get messed up. And what happened? What mission? What was the mission that happened that, it could be, honestly, Cassian and Luthen going to Saw Gerrera.
Yeah. You would think Forrest Whitaker would want something out of the character to even come play him again.
Oh, 100%. It's like, he's not a C actor. I wouldn't even say he's a B actor,
Unless he is just a fucking huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah. To come back, even if it's for a few episodes.
Maybe.
I have miniatures of those X-Wings for the X-Wing tabletop game. I've never played that, actually. Oh, holy shit. Oh.
Well, that's pretty hard yawning already for only an hour in.
Oh. Yeah, no, I like I said, it's going to be a fucking short one for me tonight, boys. I'm up in 4.5 hours for work. Overall, did this show, was it left where it should have been left? Or, let me rephrase that. Did we leave at the right time? Was the cliffhanger enough of a cliffhanger considering we already know that he's not going to shoot Cassian, he's not going to kill Cassian, like we know that, so it's not really a cliffhanger?
I could have done with a Easter egg or two more and a little bit more clarity. I think I would have felt a little better about the show if I had that. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying I disliked in any way. But like a Easter egg for K2 or some clearer picture with Luthen and Cassian, and I mean everyone's kind of left open-ended and it could go anywhere.
Yeah.
But maybe I wonder if it was written that way or if they got halfway in and said, you know what, we should do 2 seasons. There's a lot more we could do, and then they just kind of made what they filmed work. Like I wonder if they had to edit stuff together a little bit just to, I don't know.
Here's a theory that I have.
Like when they filmed the season finale, did they know there was going to be a season 2 when they filmed it? Like, I don't know.
No, that was already done. That was already planned months ago. That they had already said that they're going to start filming. And it was supposed to start filming in October. But
time of filming the season finale, did they already know that they were going to do it too? Like, do you think there was more film that they edited out because they decided to do a season 2?
Well, here's the other thing too: is what if that post-credit scene was not supposed to be shown? What if that wasn't the plan, right? And the only reason why I say that is the Bob Chapek leaving Disney or getting fired. So Disney stocks dropped a lot, and the show has been a mixed reaction from a lot of people. A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm enjoying it just because it's a good story. Well, it's an okay story. Great actors, cinematography is great, and also it's leading up to Rogue One. So it could be the fact that the Death Star wasn't planned, and because Bob Chapek was leaving, and they realized that, yo, the show is very, very divided. People hate it. People love it. You guys have to throw something in there to make the connection to draw people back in. Because
potentially,
because like with me, like I said, with me, there's episodes where I wasn't digging it, and then an episode popped up where I was just like, okay, it kind of pulled me back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the idea that wasn't even supposed to be a post-credit scene is a huge possibility, with Bob Iger coming back to like, yo, if you guys have any deleted scenes that you guys weren't going to use, throw that shit in there because we need something to draw these people back.
Yeah, it's not like they would have been able to animate a scene like that.
Exactly.
Overnight.
So it'd have to be something they already planned. It was a deleted scene, something they weren't going to use, and they're like, okay, guys, now we have to use it.
On room 4, they fucking put it in.
Yep.
Just some familiarity.
The deleted scene from Rogue One.
It very well could have been. It could have been. 100% it could have been. But it's just like, with how unwell Disney's doing right now, they needed something to get people to like, oh shit. You have to get them excited for season 2. Whether you love the series or not, you have to find a way to get them to come back for season 2. Because we all know we're going to come back for Mando season 3. Everyone's going to come back for that. Ahsoka, everyone's going to come for that. But when it comes to Andor season 2, everyone's like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah.
But with the idea now is like, okay, here we go again, because that last scene was the Death Star. Like, we got to see what happens.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, that could have been. That could have been something. That could have been something because, like, yeah, the show has had a very mixed response from, the fan base, old and new alike. But like, there hasn't been a lot of familiarity with them.
You got to bridge that gap. Between this and Rogue One.
So there hasn't been a lot of familiarity. So do we put that in? Try and, like you said, draw people back in and reinvest in the series and double down for season 2. It's not my favourite show, but the second half of the season is made up for any lackluster episodes at the start.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
And it's hard because we said that this is going to be a very complex story. It's going to be very story driven. And one thing Bob Iger is huge about is story. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to create a story, you need to have a story that's to bridge the gap between the show and the actual movie itself. And literally adding that 4.5 seconds of the Death Star at the very end gave you that connection to really, now they'll make you somewhat invested for season 2. Obviously, we know what happens in Rogue One, but you need, like you said, that familiarity.
Well, the Death Star's almost like, one of these fucking unicorns in Star Wars. We want to see more of it. We want to see more of, how it was built and when it was built and what was going on and, and doing what they've done at the end with that post-credit scene. Because when it came up, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then it zoomed out. I'm like, oh, okay then. Yeah, okay.
And I remember they said, we're not going to get any fan service. We're not going to get any of that. That, in a way, is kind of fan service, but also bridging the gap between the show and the movie.
Well, the way they've done that as well, when they panned out, we obviously know it's a massive, massive fucking space station.
It's not a moon.
I think that scene gave you just a bit more of an idea of the scale of it.
Also, the development where they are and they're building it.
Yeah.
Hi, Tim.
Tim, spoiler alert. Andor lives for the next season. When can we expect the Yoda Saber Sam? Looking forward to it. Soon, dude. I've got 2 more in front of it. Again, I'm starting a new job next week, and I've been incredibly busy this week with Christmas coming up. So the Stellan Geos should be out by the weekend, and then I've got the Damien Saber one, which I'll try and get out by the weekend. So hopefully next week for the Yoda Saber. Hopefully next week. I really need to pull my finger at my ass because I've got another 3 on inbound.
Let me do it.
Let me do it. I've got 3 more inbound, man, so I need to get my finger up my fucking ass. Just
That sounds familiar.
Yep. Deidre. I think first it wasn't based on any of the main trilogy characters. It was way better than I had any right to be. I put it almost as good as Mando. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones where it's familiar, but it's not familiar, if that makes sense. There's one familiar thing, and that's Cassian. Everyone else really is brand new, except maybe Mon Mothma. Saw Gerrera as well. I think season 2 is going to pop.
I mean, even look at Mando season 1 I actually love season 1, but it was really slow. And anyone can say season 1 was really slow. And then season 2 happens and it was just great. Season 2 was just really, really, really good. And then Boba Fett was like 2.5.
I really enjoyed Boba Fett.
Same.
To be fair, I really enjoyed Boba Fett. Did the series really need to be 12 episodes though? I think so. They maybe could have gotten away with 10.
Yeah.
But
also, it's weird though, because I don't think I would have. I think I'm okay with 12 because I think we've talked about this before. Was season 1 could be and then season 2 could be really, really good, but now we appreciate season 1 more because of season 2, right? But after watching all 12 episodes and it leads to that final shot of the Death Star, that's the first few episodes and them getting to know each other. Yeah. And then it had to lead to Cassian going to prison, which are the structures to build for Death Star. You know what I mean? Everything all came together with 12 episodes, but
everything
I think it was still lacking in some places.
It was a little bit, but overall, the story was told, the plot was good, the characters are very intriguing and interesting, they're very diverse, they're very complicated.
It's the bigger picture is what made more sense in 12 episodes.
Yeah, it did. And what we're saying here, like with Tim, we said this a few weeks back, is the next season is 3 episode arcs with time jumps in between. Apparently. That's what Screen Grab or Making Star Wars reported on that. So
that makes sense, but they're not going to be huge jumps. I mean, maybe a year.
About a year per every 3 episodes.
I mean,
because you have to lead 5 years into Battle Yavin.
So,
but keep in mind, we don't know what the year is right now. It more than a year could have gone by.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for season 2, just because, again, that last end credit scene the Death Star, it's like, okay, things are kind of connecting now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not going to be on my list. Like, I have to see it.
Overall, successful series?
Oh, absolutely.
Chris? Oh, here we go.
No, it's not like, it's more like, okay, it's a weekly show, right? Watch it. So as you're watching weekly, you're like, okay, well, that was kind of, I don't want to say a waste of 40 minutes, but okay. But as soon as you have all 12 episodes available and you watch the entire thing, then you realize the bigger picture of the show. You're like, okay, all right, it was actually a good show. If that makes sense. Because it's like weekly, you're like, but if you were to just
so you're like
wait,
it.
I like it. It's just like, in order for me to like it, I have to watch all 12 episodes in a row for it to make sense and actually like be good. Compared to a weekly episode thing, you're like,
So,
Cole.
I completely agree with you, man. I think that on the whole, across 12 episodes, everything makes complete sense. But getting there,
it's rough.
It was starting to, maybe by episode 7, to get a little bit painful.
And I feel like every episode there's like a little something that kind of like, what was the episode when we first saw the TIE Fighter? We first saw the TIE Fighter, like, it's finally some Star Wars. And then we see you know what I mean? Like there's like little bits of it, but then it's literally like the episode's just flat and then it peaks because at one moment and it kind of gets flat again. But again, it's all story. That's kind of,
I mean, was there an hour to 2 hours of filler that they could have skipped and gotten down to like 10 episodes? Maybe, but I feel like the tone and the theme of each episode, they needed that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, and there's plenty of times where they moved through something really quick, like the Morlana one with the searching for the sister. Like that's just gone. We're not talking about the sister anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of irrelevant.
And I'm a tourist, and there's a lady in this hotel room, and
Oh yeah, just a
like
tourist.
that just was like that just and now, and then we don't know how long it was in prison. Like I think there was a lot of stuff that they actually skipped over and didn't explain too much as well. So I don't know. It's hard to say if they could have shortened it to 10 episodes or not.
Well, I think at that point there, when he appears on that other planet with the kind of the hotel kind of place, I think that was a little time jump because that seemed very sudden.
I mean, he could have taken his credits from that job and just flown to Vegas and gotten himself an escort, and he was a tourist the next day. I don't know.
Eventually, yeah.
Well, didn't he use that money to pay off his debts?
I thought he paid off.
Because I remember he said something about saying he has the money to leave forever, and then something about his debts being paid.
Well, he's paid debts, but when he went back last week to that place and got the briefcase or whatever it was, there was like a lot of money still in there.
I mean, he took a lot.
Yeah. Potentially, I don't know.
So scale 1 to 10, Sam.
Oh, Jesus, you just stole the question right out of my mouth. I'm going to be nice and give it a 7. I think a 7. It was engaging. It was familiar enough. There were some nice little Easter eggs in there. On the whole, the series makes sense, and it has me looking forward to season 2 now to see what else this character or these characters get up to before Rogue One.
Elvis?
What?
Scale 1 to 10?
I don't like doing scales. 8.
Just lines. No, I'm just kidding.
8.
See, this is your guys' fault. This is all your guys' fault.
So that's what Elvis was doing earlier on.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
I always get into this, rate and rank all of the shows, Boba, Mando, Obi, Andor. I like them all, dude. I don't know.
Do you think Cole's going to hit the nail on the head here, though, by saying it felt like 12 episodes of a prequel to a good show, like season 1, a bit like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a bit painful, but season 2, it all gets going? Which is kind of how I was trying to
That's what I'm hoping happens. You know what I mean? Like, you have to create a story to get the ball rolling. You can't just like, okay, here's Cassian. You guys remember him from Rogue One? Okay, here's the story. It's gonna have to happen that way, and that's the tough part. That's the hardest part about all 12 episodes. It's like, fuck, 12 episodes? That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Doesn't feel like it's been going on that long, though.
True. Well, because we got 3 episodes right off the bat.
True.
Like,
remark.
To be nice, okay, if I were to keep it to where I had to watch every episode every week the way it was, I give it a 6. But the bigger picture, but the 4. But the bigger picture, I still give it a 7. So I'll go up 1.
See, for me, Star Wars is 7 to 10. You can't go below 7. Star Wars.
That just means it wasn't good.
So if like The Last Jedi is a 7 on that math of my scale, it's better than that. So.
I actually enjoyed The Last Jedi more than the show.
You're wrong.
Only because Last Jedi.
That whole movie was not even a setup to anything.
No, it was just more of it was familiar. We got it in 2.5 hours compared to 12 episodes, which come down to 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 9 weeks. So 9 weeks of me watching it and be like think about this of 9 weeks of me doing this. It's the same thing. Nothing's happening. And then we have 2.5 hours of like, okay, that makes no sense.
We got 2 hours of Poe, Finn, and Rose fucking around doing nothing that matters.
They're gambling. They were in Vegas. That's what they were doing.
And you think that movie's better than this show?
Only because I only had to endure 2.5 hours and not 9 weeks worth of.
Okay, that's a good point.
Come on, Elvis.
I liked the show. So sue me. I liked it. But
okay.
I like all Star Wars.
Same, but that's definitely when it comes to the live action series that we've been getting, it's dead last.
Matt gives it an 8, like was slow in the first half, but gives the second half kicked up a few notches. We're 2 hours of those multi-horned goats in Andor. There was 1 hour of Finn shouting, "Ray!" I think overall, a successful beginning to what is going to end up being one of the greatest Star Wars shows ever.
I think we're all excited for season 2, so I mean that says something about the show.
Yeah,
right
no, 100%. Again, when it comes to the bigger picture, it makes me excited for season 2.
Honestly, they deserve a spin-off. Goat of the Resistance. Oh my god. So now that we're done with Andor, folks, what's up next?
Mando, right?
Oh, I don't know.
That's February.
It hasn't been confirmed if it's Mando or Bad Batch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bad Batch 2, I thought.
It could be.
I'm just rewatching Rebels right now, and I'm cool with that.
It could be either of these things up next. I have no idea what is up next. I'm not doing a fucking Bad Batch January. Hasn't been confirmed. Slated, not confirmed. I've got a funny feeling they might switch. I've got a funny feeling they might release Mando in January and release Bad Batch in February.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like the cartoon is what you release before you release the banger. You know, like I don't know.
What I really want is Mando to come out in March. That way, the whole group of us who are going to Celebration can watch one episode together.
How and where?
I haven't figured that out yet, but that'd be sick.
Because my hotel room is definitely not big enough for like fucking 20 of us.
We're all gonna share a phone.
We're all just gonna share one fucking.
That's it.
iPhone 13 Pro Max XL fucking 6.7 inch display for 20 people, right? So it's gonna be like
watch it. It's like watch it, pass it on. Watch it, pass it on. So everyone gets 4 seconds each for 40 minutes.
Or Jesse will probably just like go into his fucking bag and somehow
pull out a whole screen and a full-on monitor.
Projector.
Yeah.
That's such a Jesse thing to do.
Matt said it. He said you can all snuggle up. Down. I'm bringing a Snuggie. His name is Sam.
Show of him milking that big ass cow thing.
Can zip our sleeping bags together.
Straight from the titty.
We can build a fort.
We could build a fort. Holy shit. Hotel room fort. I vote for hotel room fort.
It's like, yeah, we're going to need some extra pillows in this room.
You might get a knock at the door. Security! And then open the door, man. There's just like a den.
What's going on in there? Nothing. We're just playing with our lightsabers.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You know? Then Chris didn't get the memo, man, because we've all got lightsabers out, and he's actually just got his out.
I mean, that was the plan.
That
That's kind of the plan.
Bringing that fucking.
I'm still thinking if I want to bring one with me.
Fuck, you need to bring one, man. Come on.
It's bro for me to on a 10-hour flight.
Just buy one when you're there.
No, because I'm gonna buy other stuff while I'm there. I actually paid off one credit card for that exact purpose to use that while I'm there.
I really need to fucking pull my finger out my ass, and I still need to pay for the hotel.
Damn, that's not paid for. I would pay mine. It was a lot.
It's reserved. It's not paid. They pay for the hotel, and which is fine because I can like do a couple flagships and it's paid. That's fine.
That's true.
But it's just this last 6 weeks, man, of having no income. You're like shit.
How do you think I feel? My club is closed for the winter. So as of right now, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you a funny story about John at the Collector's Outpost?
Yeah.
Okay, so so he knew I was looking for a certain hot toy, which I have now, which I'm super happy about. And so I was at a comic book shop by my house, and the first thing I messaged him, I said, "Hey, I need your help." As I'm taking a picture of the figure I'm asking him about, picture didn't even send yet. He goes back, "Buy it." I'm like, you didn't even get the picture yet. You just got my message. All it says is, "Hey, I need your help. Buy it."
Buy it.
So I bought it.
Yeah, need your help. Buy it.
Terrible influence.
I feel like that's like the de facto message and response for this whole community.
100%. Hey, can I ask you a question? Yeah, buy it.
You know?
What time is it? It's time for you to buy it.
Yeah.
I asked Louise the same question. I'd help with something. Just don't you dare buy that.
I mean, if you're putting dinner on the table and you're somewhat ashamed of your nerdiness, don't be. Just as long as you're taking care of your shit, you can take care of yourself too.
I'll be honest, man. It's been fucking Lulu that's been putting the dinner on the table for the last 6 weeks, man. She's been pushing the cart.
Bro, I'm telling you, onlybros.com. I'm telling you, it will kick off and do extremely well. We may only have
looking it up, but I haven't found any photos.
We haven't launched it yet, and I'm pretty sure Elvis will be the first subscriber on there. We're only asking $4.99 a month.
I can handle that.
A month
or a day, whatever.
Yeah, $70 a day. That's not right.
Not including content that we, give.
Aren't you fancy? I'm for rent by the hour.
I'm charging by the hour.
I had a T-shirt that said that before rent by the hour. I used to wear it in the club.
Matt.
I love this though with Matt. He said you brought.
He sent me a bunch of pictures. That was so cool.
I know. I said it was so great.
Fucking killer.
Matt, enjoy God of War, dude. Enjoy it.
Oh shit. Well,
Sam, is that a OWK1 behind you right now? Over your shoulder? And you're talking about buying an OWK2 on Friday?
He wants another one.
Dude.
He's probably going to sell the other one.
That's the LGT one.
Dude, the 89 Sabres ones is really good. The only problem is with the install, they give you, the only way it works is an unprotected 18650 battery. Mm-hmm. But it's still really good. I love it.
That OWK1 is an LGT one. It's decent. But as soon as I review it, I'm selling it.
It's that red button you're not digging, huh? Yeah, see, I can read your mind. I'm
like kind of working through my collection.
The illuminator button, you mean like an LGT?
Yeah,
that sucks.
I'm moving through my collection just now, like going, right, okay, what's going in the next 2 months? So like,
I love that you're to the point where you're actually having to optimize your collection. Like you have to choose what you actually want to keep because, it's like, I need to start getting rid of some cheaper stuff and keeping the high-end stuff. And
it's not like that. Like I need to keep some cheaper stuff because, that's my bread and butter. But like, once I've reviewed the LGT OWK1, what we're going to do with it.
Yeah, you don't want a wall of 100 lightsabers.
You know,
I mean, I do.
so I'm going to sell that and get, like something else. But like, my main goal for next year is really to complete my prequel trilogy collection. So OWK1, OWK2,
Yep.
Qui-Gon, Maul, Mace Windu.
But do you really need an OWK2 when the biggest difference is the jewel?
Well,
and then
according to Ryan, I fucking do, because, he rebuilt it. So that's Ryan's fault. Still love KROB with most, but the new KRs are fucking tanked. Big time.
They're super shiny, dude. I was looking through it and it's super shiny.
Yeah. Super fucking shiny.
There's like shiny and then super shiny. It's super shiny.
Sam said you like super wedding packs. Oh, nice.
I feel
I
like
like lightsaber wedding packs. So yeah, OWK1, OWK2. Qui-Gon, Maul.
Did you guys see One Replica's open back up?
I heard about that.
Yeah, they were completely gone. Not just like store on vacation, like it was gone from Etsy for a while.
One Replicas? I was on the site last week.
Well, then it got turned on last week.
Oh, did it? Oh, I didn't even know it was gone. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, I see the X-Wing tabletop game stuff. That's fucking cool. Oh, that's great. That's fucking awesome, man.
Sam, did you say you're going to do a after show for Bad Batch? Yeah.
Undecided.
Yeah, because I'm debating if I'm even going to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, right? I am gonna watch it, but like, here's the thing. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough. Like, I am hoping that it will be a lot better than last season. Like, I'm kind of hoping that last season was a bit of a eye-opener for a lot of whoever decided to do it that way. I need to wait and see, to be honest. I might do like a midway recap.
That's not a bad idea.
And then like a fucking finale.
Well, because we know like Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rebels, there tend to be episodes that were just fillers, just to throw it in there. And so you don't want to do an after show for a filler.
No. Mando I'm definitely doing one for, because it's fucking Mando.
I'm gonna be there wearing my helmet the entire time.
Oh, Sam. Jesse's probably gonna appear in full armor, and you.
If he gets it.
If he gets it.
Apparently his is coming up next again. I told him, all right, you got 2 more months to wait, dude.
Fucking hell. Trophy Mason Padawan's amazing. Yeah, but have you seen the new KR one?
I was just looking at it
so nice.
right now, and I got metal chassis in the cart with CFX, and it's $1,300.
Yeah, that's the massive chassis, man. Holy
I can't buy any more. I have to pay off my Mr. Tyrannus.
Well, this is the thing. I need to pay off my Mr. Tyrannus, right? So I've got a Dooku, right? So I just need the Obi-Wan. Fuck the Obi-2. Let's go Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Darth Maul. I need a bad motherfucker. So I need a Mace. I've got a Yoda, which is good enough for just now.
Yours is great. I don't see anything wrong. I don't see anything wrong with it.
It's not bad. It's fine.
Super shiny.
Cool. Super shiny.
But that's how LTGT is.
You know? But you know what? Fuck it. I've got a Skinny Flex. I need a Palpatine, so that's 6.
I kind of want a Palpatine too, and I don't.
I know. It looks tight.
But with the majority of my hilts all go with one another. So if I get the Dooku, it's gonna go with my Yoda. So where's my Palpatine gonna go? And I'm running out of space.
Well, this is the thing, right? I kind of realized a few nights back that I have kind of nearly completed the sequel trilogy collection without even trying. I didn't intend on doing that, so I've got the Rey, I've got the Rey Flex, I've got the Dark Rey, I've got the Kylo. I just need like a fucking grumpy uncle and a Ben Solo.
I only have one, and I'm cool with it. I don't want any other ones. I only have one. That's Kylo's.
The Ben Solo for me is like, bland.
It looks just like his cross guard, just without the cross and without the wire. And
I really liked Zach's, the one that Sebastian did the bluing and stuff on. It's an LGT Ben Solo, but it looked good.
It did. Yeah, fucking hell. You need to do stuff to it.
One more time.
You need to do stuff to it, man. That's the thing. But we'll wait and see. That's next year. If I can get my Mr. Tyrannus before Christmas, it'll be a fucking miracle.
That'd be so awesome.
See, I'm on Padawan right now. I'm looking at
to come. Like it's ready to be sent. Sorry, Elvis.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to talk over you or anything. I'm on Padawan right now, and I'm looking at the Xeno mace, $380, where I'll spend roughly that on just the hilt alone.
Yeah,
$360. Yeah, so I mean, it's a difference of $20 and have it installed with Xeno, but to have an LGT versus a KR, where the KR looks, I mean, correct.
Yeah, but you can also just install your own.
I know, but still, I mean, I'd have to install. I'd have to buy the soundboard. I'd have to buy a chassis.
Yeah, but the soundboards now they went from $100 to $50. Like if you go to CC Sabers, it's on there for $50. I know you have the right gauged wires. Chassis, what are you looking at? $24.
I'm starting to think I might get like Jesse, where I'm going to start collecting empties. Like,
not you.
That's not fun. Man. That's boring.
Not you too, man.
I want more hilts, and I don't need to turn them on. Like,
yes, you do.
Mark's saying just buy a
Star Wars kid. You do Star Wars kid.
I don't have a Look Hero anymore, dude. Unfortunately, that's one I did sell. The Xeno, as in no accent swings, not for long, Cole. Not for long. Big update. Big fucking update.
All right, so when it comes to Anakin's hilt in Revenge of the Sith,
Anti-Flex and KRs
versus the new KR,
I think they're both made out of brass. I believe, right? The only thing, hold on. Let me get mine.
Knight AS3.
Cole saying an LGT Mace 289 is like a Taco Bell burrito.
Versus
true.
Chipotle.
And
the only reason
I know it's big.
The elf one that Cal has is even nicer. Oh, Ryan's still here.
The only reason why I like the Anti-Flex better is these two buttons.
Huh?
The Anti-Flex, only reason why I like it better is because the activation is here and here compared to being down in the card. So you can hold it like this while pressing the button, doing this, compared to pressing the sound card. But KRs have that hidden vented bottom, the pommel.
Oh,
theirs is hidden, which is great.
My activation's at the side, but my aux is at the top.
See, I want them both. So you can make this one the aux too. So just doing this like that. It's pretty cool. But KR's hidden pommel is pretty sick.
Well, think like KR's Anakin and Mace are elf. I'm sure they're elf.
Oh, I would do their mace any day. Their mace is super nice.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it is an elf. It's just packaged as KR. I just want the Obies, or the OB. You know, like.
I still want a Desert Wanderer.
I'm gonna definitely get a Desert Wanderer.
I still want one.
They are available tomorrow.
From KR?
Yep.
Not Friday?
Well, tomorrow is Friday for me.
Oh. Damn it, I was hoping I had extra.
Yeah, no, that's going to sell out for sure.
It's like 270, right?
Something like that.
Here's the one thing that people don't know is if you get a Desert Wanderer from Corbanth,
277.
They don't give you those O-rings to clock it correctly, compared to going from KR, who Saber Arm resells it from, you actually get those timing rings.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You'd have to go to the store and go get like your own O-rings or whatever. But I'm hoping this new batch that they're coming out with, it's clocked correctly, so you don't have
Adds
to worry about
$90 for the weathering.
Yeah.
that. Kind of worth it because the weathering's really nice.
Because it's multiverse. Matt's saying the MW.
Cool, same.
So, no, wait a second. Matt's saying the Mace Windu 3 BMF on Corban is sexy as fuck. It's exactly the same one on KR's website. Exactly the same health.
So you think they're both utilizing Elf?
It's Elf. KR Master Chassis for the Obi got me drooling. Yeah, that's fucking stunning.
Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should do a Desert Wanderer metal Master Chassis.
Oh, dude, I've got a video of one of those.
Maybe I should do that instead of buying a bunch of empties. Buy it all and install it. Because
Adrian's asking about the O-rings for the Desert
Yeah.
Wanderer.
I've decided I'm gonna make this just a Revenge of the Sith prop. Like, not gonna worry about installing it, like my high ground. I'm just gonna put on the shiny neck, and this is just gonna be a look at prop. And then my Desert Wanderer, yeah, I think maybe I'll install that one and actually play with that one. That seems like a good idea, right?
Here's a Master Chassis for Desert Wanderer.
Oh, the one that they had at Con.
So nice.
That's pretty freaking cool. And Ryan said the Desert Wanderer is like made to be installed. Like it's
Yeah.
like an installer's dream.
Adrian, that answers your question. The OB, the cover tech has to be like 90 degrees of the activation button. And for some reason, the Desert Wanderer is either not correct. It's either off by a little bit or off like a few degrees. So the O-ring is to be put in there, and as you clock it, it locks it to a point where it does stay 90 degrees of the activation box thingy.
My first fonts and Pro for yesterday. Awesome, Matt. Nice one. See, I have Obi's here from Sabres. I do not mention him in this channel. No idea if it's LGT. It'll be LGT or TXQ. Probably LGT.
From Fart? From Fart?
Yeah, from Fart. Anyway, gents, it is 1:50 a.m. I am up
Time
at
for
6
bed.
a.m. Sorry to cut it short, but I really cannot sleep in tomorrow. Today, whatever. Guys, massive thank you for your time over the last 10 weeks. To everyone else as well, to all of you guys for tuning in and watching us talk complete nonsense again for 10 weeks. It's ridiculous. I don't know why you guys keep on turning up. I'll be back at some point with the Mando after show, January or February. Chris, what you got coming up?
Work. I gotta work tonight. I gotta be there in like 4 hours.
I thought you said it was closed.
I took on some night shifts, so I'll be doing some night shifts over there.
Got it.
So from like 10 to 5 a.m. ish.
That's the slow one, bro. Elvis, what about you, man? What projects you got in the works?
I'm sure that place is pretty cool at 5 a.m.
My helmet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I sanded on a Kashyyyk Scout Trooper helmet all day. That one's coming along. I started sanding on a Batman Mando helmet. Got that in the works as well. And I told Chris that I thought a Rex helmet might be too hard for me to figure out, but I think I'm going to figure that one out. So
Nice.
Make a Rex for Chris, unless Chris wants to give me direction on something else. But I also want to make the Gar Saxon Maul helmet, the one with the spikes coming out of it. Yeah, man, I got
Too
many projects, yeah. And then I also have 1, 2, I guess just 2 sabers that need to be installed. But like I said, I plan on buying some more Friday.
Well,
I still got 3 hilts to review. Probably do that next week.
Yeah, I keep having good intentions to review the one replica's Obi-Wan that Cole installed for me, but I keep getting lazy and not doing it.
I need to seriously catch up, man. I've got a lot of reviews to catch up on. And hopefully this weekend I'll start getting some more out. But gentlemen, it's been an absolute blast, no pun intended.
Always fun.
Thank you again, everyone. Make sure you're subscribed to both of these guys. If you're not, what are you waiting for?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, now that the after show's over, I think I might start up a regular Friday night thing or something. So.
Oh, well, you know what? As of next week, I am Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. So if it's a Friday night thing, I will fucking be there with bells on.
Cool.
Nice.
I don't think we've had you play trivia yet, have we?
Not yet, no.
I want to do an early one for all of my UK guys. So like Simon wants to play, Stoney wants to play again. You know, Jim will probably want to play. So I think I'll do one afternoon time for me so that you all... it's not like 2 in the morning.
I'm fine with the US one, man. I'm fine. I'm fucking staying up late.
I want to play again.
Absolutely, dude.
I think I did pretty well last time.
Did you?
I won both of them.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Always, we'll see you again in the new year for Mando Season 3. Can't fucking wait for it. Until then,
Same.
see you soon.
Later, guys.